Assalamualaikum and hi. Today, my groupmate and I will talk about medical and healthcare technology, which is MRI machine. We are from group 3, from class A4A S1203_7. Before we start our presentation, I will introduce my group members. First, we have Amira Huda binti Asfar, myself Miza Maisara binti Adohami, Ria Idina binti Muhammad Hidir, and the last one, Nur Izzah Karina binti Kamal Ruzaini. So, let's start the presentation. Hi, I will talk about introduction and significance of MRI, which is magnetic resonance imaging, MRI. It's a medical imaging technique based on nuclear magnetic resonance. It uses a strong magnetic field, radio frequency wave, and electromagnetic induction to produce image of the body. In MRI, hydrogen nuclide, which is proton in the body, will align with the external magnetic field and it will resonate at a specific frequency. We call it as Larmor frequency.
For this slide, I will explain the role of electricity in MRI machine. MRI stands for magnetic resonance imaging, and it uses electricity to generate a very strong magnetic field. This magnetic field is produced when an electric current flows through coils inside the MRI machine. This is based on the concept of electromagnetism, where an electric current produces a magnetic field. MRI machines use superconducting coils. When these coils are cooled, their electrical resistance becomes almost zero. According to Ohm's law, when resistance is very low, a large current can flow. This large and continuous electric current allows the MRI machine to produce a strong and stable magnetic field, which is necessary to obtain clear and accurate medical image. Next, I will explain how electromagnetic induction is involved in MRI machine. In MRI, changing magnetic field are used during the imaging process. When the magnetic field changes, it induces an electromotive force or EMF in the receiver coil. This follows Faraday's law or electromagnetic induction, which states that changing magnetic flux induces an electric current. These induced electrical signals are detected by the coils and sent to a computer. The computer then processes the signal to form detailed image of the internal organs. Therefore, electromagnetic induction is an important electricity concept that allows MRI machine to detect signals and convert them into medical image.
Then I'm going to talk about the explanation of relevant magnetism concept. So MRI scanner contains a very strong magnetic field. So this strong magnetic field that created by the MRI scanner causes the atoms in our body to align in the same direction. Then radio waves are then sent from the MRI machine and move this atom out of the original position. So as the radio waves are turned off, the atom return to their original position and send back to radio signal. So signals are received by a computer and will be converted into an image of the part of the body that being examined. So additional gradient magnetic field have identified the exact location of the signal. So what is meant by the additional gradient magnetic? So it is the main magnetic field in MRI, which is uniform, same strength everywhere. So if only this field were used, so the MRI will know the signal exists but not its location. So gradient magnetic field will slightly change the magnetic field strength depending on the position like left, right, up, down, and front and back. So because the magnetic field strength changes, so the hydrogen proton at a different location will be produce slightly different signal. And lastly, this image will be appears on viewing monitor.
So moving on to the next is example of real-world implementation of MRI machine. So first and foremost, we have neurology. So in neurology, MRI machines are used for brain imaging, also to monitor tumor. Next, we have orthopedics. So in orthopedics, MRI machine helps visualizing joints, bones, muscles, and soft tissues. And last but not least, we have cardiology. So in cardiology, MRI machine helps to show a detailed view of heart structures and blood flow.
We talk about the potential benefit. We have 4 potential benefits of MRI. First, MRI have no ionizing radiation, which is MRI use magnetic field and radio wave, which are more safer than X-ray and gamma rays. Second, MRI has high spatial resolution, which is it will precise control of magnetic field gradient and allow to accurate image formation. The third one, MRI is a non-invasive imaging. The technique does not require surgery or physical penetration into the body. The last one, we know that MRI is one of application. From the physics principle, we can know that it allows specialized to scan such as functional MRI and diffusion of MRI.
Next, I'm going to talk about what are the challenges if using MRI scanner. So first is physical limitation of bore diameter. So standard MRI machine have 60 to 70 centimeter. So this MRI scanner have a narrow bore and a fixed stable weight limit, which can make scanning difficult or impossible for obese and a very large patient. So second is a long scanning time. So MRI scanner usually take a longer time than CT scan or X-ray. So patient must stay still for a long time because the movement can causes the blur image. And lastly is the patient discomfort. So MRI scanner produce a very noisy sound. So this will causes the anxiety in some patients.
Moving on to the next, which is innovations and future developments of MRI machine. So earlier we've talked about the problem or the challenges of MRI machines that we already have, which one of them being physical limitations of bore diameter. So what exactly can we help with this? Is the machine can be adjustable. A wide bore and open design can help the patient have a much more comfortable experience with MRI machine. For example, like this. We can just make the MRI machine to be adjustable so they can accommodate to the size of the patient. It can also reduce claustrophobia. Next, we have usage of AI can help with a long scanning time. Usage of AI, it can help enhance image analysis faster. Therefore, a shorter duration scan can happen. And last but not least, we have the patient discomfort. So specifically talking about the noise reduction, we can help this by using a soundproofing coil. Using materials such as glass wool or ceramics can absorb this vibration, giving the patient a much more comfortable experience with MRI machines.
In conclusion, magnetic resonance imaging MRI machine play a vital role in modern medical and healthcare technology by providing detailed, non-invasive image of the human body. Through the application of electricity, magnetism, and electromagnetic induction, MRI enable accurate diagnosis, effective treatment planning, and improve patient care without the use of ionizing radiation.